All Blacks hold on to a 31-28 narrow, unconvincing win over the Wallabies. They do hold on to that Bledisloe Cup for one more year. Again, All Blacks just showing how good, how well executed, how entertaining, how beautiful, so to speak, for lack of a better word, how beautiful rugby they can play, what beautiful rugby they can play for 60 minutes. Again, for 65 minutes, showing the class of this All Black squad, what they do have, what they can do. But then just that drop off, that last 20, 15 minutes, really coming to bite them in the ass. Convincing win? No. Win? Yes. On the scoreboard, yes. You've won the Bledisloe Cup, kept that cup at home for another year. Not the most convincing game. Missed opportunities from both sides. But win's a win. You're an All Black, you'll take that. Win is a win. For the Wallabies on the other side, you're almost like, oh wow, we've only lost by 3 points. But you could have won that one. That was one of those games where you could have won that one. A ton of missed opportunities where you're just giving the ball over too easily. And that last pass not going to hand. Silly mistakes, unforced errors. Wallabies could have won that one for sure. But All Blacks not playing well and still winning, very, very good sign in that regard. Before we get into it, I'm your host, Dane Sherritt. Welcome to Kick On Rugby channel. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What did you think about the game? Who was your standouts? Who didn't play well? Who shouldn't be there next weekend? Let me know in the comments. What did you guys think? What do All Blacks need to do to start playing better in that last 15, 20 minutes? And what could the Wallabies have done a little bit better to snatch or to clinch that, to get that win at the end? They just couldn't. Hit that subscribe while you are there, and let's get into it. I'm going to stay on the All Blacks. So the biggest thing for me for the All Blacks is just not having that killer instinct. They score a ton of points early on. They play super well early on, scrapping for everything, securing their own ball, executing their plays really well, variation on attack, good on defense, turning defense into attack. They do all of that really well for the first 60, 65 minutes. And then just, I don't know, the drop off from the intensity, the execution in that first 60 minutes to how they then play in the last 15, 20 minutes is just, it's like two different teams. I don't know if it's fatigue, leadership, decision-making, mainly, which can all then be drawn back to fatigue. Maybe it's that. Again, another question mark for me around decision-making going into the back end of the game. Done really well, scored a ton of points early on. They've got the momentum. They come early into the second half and get a penalty, a kickable penalty that they do go for posts, which I'm like, could have been a let's go to touch and let's ride on this momentum that we've got. We're 28 points to 14 up. Let's score another try. Let's keep that momentum going. Everything's playing. We're playing well. Our hands, our execution, everything's going to plan. Why kind of like halt that momentum or like hit that momentum? Let's pause that momentum quick and let's put 3 points on them. Just this little decision making there, I think, can and really halts and like pauses that momentum and changes it. Yes, you're getting 3 points, but you could have gone for the killer blow then already, and just allow the Wallabies team to stay in the fight. What I thought was really interesting, their first opportunity they got to score points, it was right off the kickoff. Damian McKenzie kicked off. Jeremy Williams should have let that ball go. Anyway, he caught it and got bundled into touch. First attacking line out, 2 phases, and Damian McKenzie kicks it up and under into the 22. Very interesting there. In that regard, like, then it was just a comedy of errors from the Wallabies. They didn't regather that kick. They didn't do well for their exit as well. And All Blacks from there showed what they can do and how they can play in those opening stages. The variation on attack, their continuity, how they secure their ball, the ruck speed, just the soft skills. So the ball out in front, there's passes from Ratima, from Mackenzie, the option taking, all the balls are out front, beautiful hands, and makes it so much easier for this guy to catch and then to decide what he wants to do. The shape that they're doing, so the tripod shape, so the carrier up front, and he's got the two options inside and outside of him. He knows when to dig deep into the line, play that ball out the back, or to take that ball to the line and take the line on. Will Jordan end up scoring after, like I said, after a poor exit from the Wallabies? I just love that variation from the All Blacks on attack, the ruck speed as well, but then having someone like Ratima to be there that can quickly play that ball, and his service is very nice off the deck. Rico Ioane finally scores a try. Finally. And guess what? He scored it while on the wing. Yes, he had 13 on his back, but he scored that out on the wing. I think Ratima made this try. Yes, Caleb Clark straightened the line nicely off turnover. So defended well, got the turnover. Caleb Clark straightens the line nicely, got the offload to Satiti, I think it was. Someone broke through half a gap. But then who's there right at that next breakdown? It's Ratima's the first one there. And his ability then to get to the ball, so the quickness to get there, the awareness then to look up and not just throw the ball. He looked up, saw there was a rush defender that came out of the line. So he took the ball to the line, broke through, and then waited and played Ioane late for Ioane to score. Just his ability to, that quickness of getting to the ball and then decision-making from there, really, really good. It looked at like, for the first 60 minutes, it looked like a training run for the All Blacks. Like guys versus the tackle bags. Really poor from Wallabies, just letting the All Blacks get through their work, get through their plays, not contesting at rucks at all, not slowing the ball down at all. And while I thought the All Blacks were good on attack in the first 60, their defense in the first 60 was really good as well. So playing with the ball really well on attack, but then defending, being patient on defense, sticking together in a line, and then when they're getting those isolated rucks, really attacking them. And Salvia was really good in that regard. But his try, Salvia's try as well, was off the back of strong defense. So Rico Ioane here making a really good decision to shut down the play. Haphazard, shocking pass from the Wallabies player. Sevu Reece went through and then played Savia on the inside. But just Ioane's, I will give him that. His decision-making on defense, on broken play, really, really good in that regard. And he made that try, I thought, Savia's try, off the back of Rico Ioane's decision-making on defense, really good. Damon McKenzie, there's twice where I thought, fluffed try assist opportunities. Just that last pass going to waste. Does everything well leading up to it, but that last pass, Tamati Williams will be filthy. There, that was open try. He was going untouched, the big fella, for 20 meters. And D-Mac just threw that little shocking inside ball. He did well for his kicking, was 5 out of 5, so I think he did well there. I thought All Blacks, just that last 20 again, very static, looking after their own ball, so securing their own ruck, doing really well with ball in hand, but they're not just icing that ruck, getting there in time. They had Wallabies guys were attacking their rucks in that regard. So definitely something they need to work on, man, because it's becoming a thing with the All Blacks, that last playing really well for 60 minutes and then dying off at the back end. And they can also, I think All Blacks fans can stop complaining a little bit about refs giving them cards, because it's like, who's the common denominator here? It's the All Blacks. It's always been a different ref, but they still always seem to be getting cards. So their discipline at certain stages of the game, just repeated infringements, knocking the ball down, Caleb Clark, not a good sign there, because a lot of the time it's really hard to play with 14 or 13 men on the field. it is really on you. You're yourself to blame. My standouts, Cortez Ratima, 1 try assist, 74 passes, 7 defenders beaten. His speed in getting to the ball, his awareness around the game, when to pass, what options to take, his service off the deck, he's growing into a really fine halfback as well. The almost the non-try, that try that he scored, there was a non-try. That would have been up there with probably one of the tries of the season for sure. But he's like I said, his ability to get to the breakdown and then option taking from there is top class, up there with the best to do it. I thought Wallace Atiti was also good. 1 try assist, 16 carries, 53 run meters, and 9 tackles. Loving the tough stuff, Wallace Atiti. I hope the injury there wasn't too serious, but we talk guys stepping up to the plate at international level, at the highest level. Wallace Atiti's your man. Loves to carry the ball, loves the tough stuff, loves getting involved, but he's just his late step at the line, his ability to beat a player one-on-one. He's got the handoff, he's got the agility, the little side step. He's got the ability to run over the top of you as well. Quality player. Going over to the Wallabies, not the best start to a game at all. Probably the worst start you could ever have to a game. So off the kickoff, Jeremy Williams should have got communication from behind him, should have let that ball go. He's caught it right up on the line. It would have gone out direct. Caught the ball, got tackled over, and just from there, the Wallabies were on the back foot. What I did like was the ambition, though, to attack. There's one point where they had a scrum kind of just outside their 22, so the ball was passed back into their 22-meter line. Obviously, everyone expecting them to set up a play to then exit. But Hunter Paisami took it to the line and he threw out the back, and they run like 60, 40 or 50 meters. And then so they got over the 50-meter line. So from your 22, that's 30 meters already. So now I'm like, okay, you've done well. Hold on to the ball. Hold the ball. The pass. Tom Wright passes to Korobeti. Korobeti knocks the ball on. 50, 40-meter run, and you've got the ball. Hold on to the ball. From a position where you're supposed to exit, but you've taken the gamble to run the ball. You've done super well. You've got over the 50-meter line. Hold on to the ball. Oh, man, just so many, some forced and some a lot unforced errors. Those last little bits of securing the ruck or holding onto the ball. Don't pass at 50-50. A forward pass. Just little things like that. A knock-on or an intercept pass. Just coach killers, proper coach killers, just frustrating, man. And so many times you look like they're getting the ascendancy here, maybe gaining a bit of a momentum, and then just something like that happens. Oh, they really don't help themselves in a lot of cases. I loved Fraser McWright's try, the variation off the line out. Beautiful, out over the top. I did say this is where they could catch the All Blacks out a little bit. So the line out over the top, inside ball, Nick White, inside ball again to McWright, and he goes over to score. Beautiful. Then later on, I loved their showing on defense. So there's some cases with the Wallabies, fantastic on defense. There was so many times that All Blacks had 9, 10 plus phases, and Wallabies were just defend. At one point, they defended really well, turned over, Fraser McWright, kicked to 50-22, and then boom, that's a swing of momentum there. And I really like that. It's just little bits like that where you're like, Wallabies, they're playing with something here. They've got something going here. Matty Fezler's tries is just another variation off the line. I go for the maul, then broke early and scored there. It's good that Wallabies, there was opportunities they did get. Yes, a lot of them they squandered, but a lot of opportunities they did get, they did turn into points. And they were in it for all of that game. There's a few tries disallowed. Yes, a few tries disallowed from the All Blacks. But Wallabies, man, you'd be kicking yourself. Yes, you're probably happy with a 3-point loss to the All Blacks, where a lot of people were saying that this is going to be a thumping, but unhappy, and you could have won this one. Absolutely. Korobeti knocking the ball on a few times, something you don't expect from your veteran or your experienced players. But I will say, man, the Wallabies just kept coming. Their forwards kept numbering up, kept coming for the full, I would say a full 80-minute performance, but not your best. Just those last little bits that you're not getting together. And I guess that'll come with how they're playing combinations and just rounding off those last little bits of plays where the little knock-on comes in, the intercept, the losing the ball at the ruck, a forward pass, not holding on to the ball, just little things like that. And that's something you can grow on. There's a lot of positives out of this game, I think, for the Wallabies. My standouts, obviously, Fraser McReight was fantastic. 1 try, 7 carries, 61 run meters, just all over the park. There was question marks around Tizano getting dropped and McReight coming in, but McReight just puts both hands up. He shows why he needs to be playing. Then Tom Wright, I thought was good as well. 1 try, 13 carries, 131 run meters. Just decision-making and backing himself. I love that about him. All Blacks win. Yes, not convincing, but they still win. Still a lot of question marks. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think. What do All Blacks need to do to get that last 15, 20 minutes of play back? Like, what do they need to do? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe while you're there, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.